Welcome back. Steve Parsons is with us right now, the treasurer of Third Mutual. Good to see you. Welcome. Last week, you folks, you along with other board members and all, took a trip to Caltech, which is why, by the way, Third's meeting is tomorrow. It wasn't last Tuesday, because they would have not had a quorum probably, because a lot of people took that field trip. And the purpose was to gain information on seismic activity within this area, correct? So tell us about the trip. It sounds fascinating.
Oh, it was very good. We got to meet with a seismologist, an actual PhD in the field, and another lady that was a resident expert, and they took us through scenarios to look at what they thought might happen in our area. We also looked at shake maps that talks about activity and how it interacts with other faults, the magnitude, direction, things like that. They gave us sources to look up to help us prepare for what we would consider to be our threat. And that's the main reason why we went there, is to gather information to see what the likelihood of something happening here would be. And based on that, then we can move forward with the Better Disaster Preparedness Plan, not only in helping people or treating people medically, but structures and all like this.
Right.
So our staff is out gathering more information. One of the things they gave us was this, and I'll show that to you. And that's one of the study
zone. Oh, great.
That's one of the articles for us to study, to look at. And that was done around our area, so that has some information on it. But there were about 20 of us that went, and people were handpicked for different reasons. They came from governance leadership, disaster preparedness, medical background, risk analysis, civil engineering, electrical engineering, inspection of facilities, financial background, and staff leadership. So it was very well represented, and I think everybody got a lot of opportunities to ask the questions they wanted to ask. And the staff at Caltech was very, very helpful.
Fantastic. So that information will be collated, and then, as you said, it'll form just a better plan for the future.
Yeah.
Very good. And again, as I mentioned, that is why the third board meeting is going to be tomorrow. And speaking of that meeting, there's some policy that you're going to be discussing, and you gave me notes on 3 specific policies, right?
First one is Third Mutual Care Provider Policy, and then the Third Mutual Plug-in Electric Vehicle Charge Policy, and then the Third Mutual Non-Smoking Policy. Now, I wanted to bring these up because a lot of times our board meetings, people will come for a short period of time and then leave.
Right.
But I would really invite, and we would like to invite everybody who'd like to come and listen to this and read through them, give us your impressions, any other ideas, because these are evolving. Okay, so this is the first stab at these. We get it out and see what works, what doesn't, but it would really be nice to have residents come and give their input.
Yeah.
So we highly, highly recommend that. And another thing we have that we're studying right now is we've received a study on parking in Third Mutual. We know it's a difficult problem there, and so we have the information from Crosswalk, who did a study for us. We have a task force that's been developed, and we're heavily into getting this information, going through it. There's some things that we can do immediately, some things we have to wait on just because of finances or whatever.
Right.
So this is coming along too, and we feel very good about the information we have and where we're going with it.
All right, and of course, again, that is tomorrow at 9:30. So you folks from Third Mutual are certainly welcome to go into the board meeting tomorrow and participate in the meeting, particularly those policies that you're going to be discussing. So now's the time to voice your opinion on that.
Right.
And also coming up on the 26th, there's going to be the All Boards Training Workshop, right?
And this is for continuing board members as well as new board members. It's an orientation on different topics I'll mention here. First one is organization and governance. Second is what our roles are, how we interface with staff, things like that. Finance, budgets, and reporting, what we do with those, and communications. And training is very useful, and it saves us a lot of time and a lot of headaches. So it's a good thing to go through. I'm going to go through it for the second time. each time you go through it, you pick up new things.
Right.
And things have changed. You know.
Right, right.
Staff is on board. They're fully manned up. They're ready to go for a brand new year, which will be different than last year. And we're really excited about that. Some things we started, we're going to be able to finish. And that's always exciting.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
Also, you mentioned here that a neighborhood meeting, Algarabo Neighbors and Friends Quarterly Meeting, and if people would like to participate in that, you wanted to mention that as well.
yeah, I'm associated with Algarabo Neighbors and Friends. It's not just from the neighborhood, it's for anybody in the village who wants to come.
Okay.
And this time we are doing a 90-minute seminar with Barbara Harris on preparing your 2016 tax return
Very good.
and 2016 tax changes, minimum distribution requirements, and other options to look at. And also be aware that Barbara leads a team here of about 30 people with the ARP Tax Assistance Program. So they've been averaging over 1,100 returns a year free that they do for
Yeah,
people in
that's
the
nice.
village. So if you come to this meeting on this coming Saturday, then you'll be able to talk to her face to face, bring pad of paper, something to write with, because she's going to give you some good information.
All right, fantastic. So that is going to be on the 28th, which is Saturday, 9:30 to noon at Clubhouse 6.
Correct.
All right, very good. Anything else you'd like to add?
Not at this point.
All right, so folks, do remember that Third's meeting is tomorrow at 9:30. We'll bring that to you live, but you are certainly encouraged to go to the meeting yourself in the community boardroom right here. It will be the last board meeting in that room. Last, I should say third, for a couple months, because starting on the 27th, there are going to be meetings all the way to the 26th, but on the 27th, they're going to start going in there to start the remodel for about a couple months, right?
Right.
All right, very good. Good to
Thank
see
you.
you, Steve. Take care. We'll be right back.